spark of the thought that takes root. The aspect of free thought in a world that tries to stop the spread. 10 toes down, front line for the people. We speak life to those that can and will hold that power. Of course, if it don't apply, let it fly. But if you take offense, then obviously we're talking to you. So welcome, have a seat, and join the discussion, because class is in session. Black Codes, Foundation 101.
First thing we gotta do is establish a fan base.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's gonna be the hardest part.
I
mean, unless you got your own.
I mean, I think it's since it's a supernatural based entity. You know, everybody loves vampires, werewolves, and ghosts. I mean, you can't go wrong. Supernatural been on TV for 13 motherfucking seasons based on that. So you add pretty girls and monsters and cool weapons, great dialogue, and fucking dope weaponry and cars.
You ready?
I mean, we're gonna have a hit. But we'll talk about breed another time.
What's it called?
Breed, and then the offshoot to like Tales from the Breed universe and like Savage's Squad and Tales of the Driver, Inside the Land of the Dead.
And you got all this shit in your head.
Yep. You've got the School for Wayward Girls.
You must never be bored.
He's already said that.
Yeah. Where you got the tale of the riots in Machiavelli High.
Machiavelli High.
Yeah.
Is that a homage to Tupac?
No, Niccolo Machiavelli.
Oh, so the original.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, man, got the bar that's owned by the vampire. Fucking Tin's fucking bodyguard is a Gorgon. And a fucking gargoyle who he's got his eggs. It's crazy. It goes deep, man.
Isn't that the place from Toy Soldiers? Gorgon?
No, Gorgon is a Medusa. Gorgon is a Medusa. Like Medusa's a Gorgon.
The Gorgonites. Weren't they
What if I shot
Gorgonites?
through the whole? That's what I was about to say. The whole family and did it down there and everything. You would have just ended
I thought you always assume it's one in the chicken. God damn,
Real shit.
No,
though.
look.
This is some real shit though. And I'm gonna tell y'all niggas this, right? We was riding dirty one night.
Shit.
Me and my homies, we was in Philly. Right? We was riding dirty. I'm in the passenger seat. My man got the pistol on his lap. Nigga, cop pull up. Whoop whoop! Cause there was a shootout at the bar we was at.
Damn.
Cop pulls over. And my man just had his shit out cause he ain't know what was going on, you know what I'm saying? Nigga pulled up, whoop whoop, nigga threw the gun in my lap.
That's wild.
What you did?
Nigga, I put that shit the fuck away.
Right?
Immediately. I had that shit so calm. I said, oh.
That's all you
Excuse me, officer. No, I don't know
You
what's
can't
going
do
on.
nothing. I hate when they do that.
But that's the thing
I
though.
hate that they do that to you.
Yeah, definitely. Especially, I mean, that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story. 'cause-
Homie.
So did you black on him after that shit?
Huh?
Did you black
We
on
had
him?
our conversations. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is though, my point was like, yo, you gotta handle that shit smooth, cause it's
for
like
sure.
in the moment you ain't got time to bark on niggas and shit. You
that's
gotta handle that
everybody going to
shit.
jail.
Hand over fist in the glove. Okay, cool. But I know a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like we was cool in college and shit, and they did the same shit to him. Some niggas did the same shit, and threw the shit, and he panicked. Nigga caught a charge. Nigga caught a charge.
Both of them or just him?
Just him.
Oh.
Just him.
Mm.
And he was in the backseat.
Oh no.
Nigga threw it over his shoulder?
Nigga did it. I don't know. I wasn't there, but the nigga, I can only like no, hell no, nigga. Like what, nigga? This shit going out the window.
How you don't know what to get rid of it though?
Oh,
What to do?
Comment,
Because if you
comment.
get
Hot.
caught with it,
Word.
it's a wrap.
Yeah.
You can't say that to somebody else. They gonna
You
be like,
can't.
I got you with it.
you can't.
They gonna be like, but I got you with it. That's all they gonna.
And
keep
they'll play
saying.
that asshole card too. Like no, I got you with it.
And then they gonna put you like, oh, so tell me who it is. And
Right.
if you don't
And then
do
you
that,
can't snitch. You can't
Okay,
snitch.
so I got you.
Oh no, I ain't gonna lie. You chucked into my joint
I
on
mean-
some GP shit like that.
Right,
No, it was his.
Right. I feel you on that. Don't get me wrong.
It's not snitching.
Don't get me
It's
wrong.
like, this is self-preservation, and you're not
get-
fucking me.
I feel you.
I feel you, but
can't do it though.
yeah, right. That's the thing. Like yo, you right.
All right, yeah.
In all intent and purposes, nigga, you right.
But depends on who I'm with.
But under G
Know
code.
that my
Yeah.
heart will murk cuz
Right.
Right, when I get out this motherfucker,
Right.
woo, I'm coming for your neck.
I'm coming for you ASAP. I'll go to jail after that.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm wrong for being wrong.
Because 9 times out of 10, it's a nigga who already got charges.
Right.
You
And
don't
that's
want
why
to
they
catch
do
that
it.
body
Right.
shit.
And I
Right.
all right, and I
And
understand
it's
that.
cool, but no, it's
They
not.
But
but
some
this
heads
is the
up.
It's a
Something.
problem to it. They not thinking about if cuz not trying to catch the charge. Like, let's
Right.
say you wasn't trying to get it.
Right.
Yeah, that shit was
or
over.
you not trying to catch a charge. They not, yo, you got any felonies? And then, though, if you say
They-
no,
right.
here. Nah, the nigga just pulling that out.
Yeah. He
Make
shouldn't
a-
have
make
been
a
riding
decision.
around with it on his lap.
Nah.
Honestly.
Yo, but the nigga been in some situations, like, don't get me wrong, like, this
I
nigga's
get
out
out
there
of cars
doing
that
shit.
shit got guns. I've been in a car with the homie. I get out. Because I know that shit will not go well.
You know what I'm
It'll
saying?
never go well if the niggas don't own the. If that's
But
not
we
the
was at the
gun,
club, though. We was at the club, though, and there was a shootout at the club. And then niggas pulled off, and he had his gun out just because he didn't want to get, you know how Philly be. You know what I'm saying? He was just trying to be prepared. But when the shit went down, and we was actually a few blocks away from the whole shit. So these niggas threw that shit. I said, oh. And I honestly, my whole reaction was just like,
Smooth.
let's get this
you
shit.
feel me?
Yeah.
But
Right,
nah,
man,
some
man.
real shit. Afterwards, we had our words though. We had the word. Matter of fact, I called that nigga out on that shit recently. I remember that time nigga you threw that shit in my lap.
Oh man.
Cause I ain't gonna hold you. He was damn. That's crazy though. He was one of my mans. He is my mans. He's still my mans.
You started fucking with him as much after that shit though?
I mean, yeah, like
It
shit
wasn't
changed.
the same,
It's
yeah,
changed.
I see.
But then again, like time changes shit too. Cause I don't go to Philly as much anymore. You know what I'm saying? So my one man, like I think you met him. Not Warren, but my Warren mans.
I don't think so.
Light skinned dude. You might have seen him one time. I think we went to his crib.
Had to be a bitch.
And me and him is cool. We still cool. Me and Warren is A1. Because Warren was in the backseat when all that shit went down. But mans. I said, yo, damn, that's crazy. You threw that shit in the nigga line.
I ain't gonna lie.
That super guy get out.
Normally when we bring in this show, it's with one of my outlandishly weird ass stories.
You want to bring it with that one?
No, that was great.
Oh, we already filming?
Yeah, we kind of are, bro. I hope you don't incriminate too many.
Nah, I ain't putting no names out there. Warren was good. Warren was straight in the
No,
backseat.
all that's gonna get taken out.
Okay.
Words. But welcome to Black Codes. My name is Dex.
Your boy Frank Starfire.
What's going on, Keta Poetics? You know what I'm saying? It's been a little bit. How y'all doing?
Definitely Chef Zeke.
Word, and it's just another great episode of Black Codes.
Black Codes.
Word. So what's been going on in the news though?
Man, listen. We got voids and pyramids. You didn't hear about this?
I did. I
Yo.
heard slightly about
Yeah.
it. About
They found a void in the Great Pyramid of Khufu. And to me, that's just such an amazing thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But before we even do that, though, before I even get into that, I want to send a special shout out to one of our longtime and staunchest viewers, Sandy D.
Oh, Sandra.
I want to say, yo,
Yo,
for real. Peace out and good journey on your new ventures. You know what I'm saying? She just left the gig and shit. You know what I'm saying? She don't work anymore. You know what I mean? So Sandy
Yo,
gone,
it's always
man.
never gonna
So
be the
Sandy
same,
D,
bro.
we love you.
You're never gonna be the same.
Word up. Appreciate all
It's
the love
already
and
weird.
support that you. Word, it really is. But we appreciate all the love and support that you've thrown our way. And you know,
It's been a
just
little bit Sandy, but what's up?
Bless
What's
up.
going on? It's always love.
word up.
Always.
But yeah, you know, just had to shout her out real quick. Yeah, we had
Alright, so
to.
let's talk about this
Yeah.
void in the
Right.
pyramids.
So-
now, what are they saying about the pyramids of the void?
Now, what do they use? They
use muons.
They use energy particles to map it, but they can't physically find any way how to get into it. And they say it's not something that happened over time with erosion or through natural causes. It was created this way. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I ain't gonna lie. As you know, I'm.
Talk about it.
You know me. I got the imagination of the world, and I truly believe that right there is a gateway to the Egyptian land of the dead.
Okay.
I don't know if that, but I think it's a
I
possibility.
like that.
You know what I
I
mean?
like that imagination.
You know.
I'm not gonna hold you. I got the confidence of an 89-year-old white man. And I will confidently say
89-year-old white man. I like that. I'm gonna say that shit too. I got the confidence of an 89-year-old white man. You ain't talking to me. Now let him finish.
I will confidently say that I believe that those pyramids are not man-made.
Right.
So anything that we find of those pyramids, whether it been 50 years ago when they did the excavations in the 50s, 1954, I think they found one of the greatest, one of the largest pyramids, or discovered some of the tombs. But whether it be there or 50 years from now, we still will not have an understanding of exactly what happened.
So you saying aliens then?
Now, are we gonna go deep?
Because I think the Egyptians did build it.
Okay.
My personal theory is that they are so alchemically in line.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up.
They were able to manipulate the frequencies of objects a little differently than we today can. And I feel like using that methodology, they were able to construct these monumental pyramids that can't be reconstructed.
Now, along with this confidence, I'm going to agree with you, but half-heartedly, because I believe that it was the Egyptians. Well, first of all, Egypt was a name that came from the
Kemet.
Greek. It was Kemet. Yeah, Kemet. So it was the people who did it. But at that point in time, we understood the full potential of being a human being. We understood our power.
Like the context you put
we
on
did it. We did it. But we don't have the awareness, or we don't have the ability to tap into the same power that we did back then.
We're a different type of man today.
Oh yeah, and honestly, I would go on the line to say that we're lesser of a man.
Downgraded?
Yes, because we don't use the full potential of our mind nor our bodies.
I agree.
But at that point in time, because we had less distractions, we had less things that diverted our energy, less things pulling away from, we were able to harness the power to create these magnificent things. There's 7 wonders of the modern world, or 7 wonders of the ancient world. You know what I'm saying? And we created them, but we don't understand the same physics, or we don't have the same understanding of energy or life, or even creation to make those things again, because our power had been so diluted because of the distraction that we're faced with every single day. But I do believe it was us. It wasn't. So when you ask me, do you believe it's extraterrestrial? No, I don't think it's extraterrestrial. I think it was us. The extra part was in our extraordinary ability that we have within ourselves that we no longer tap into.
Well, we are terrestrial beings. So
we are celestial beings.
We're celestial beings. Celestial terrestrial beings.
Yeah, I agree. I'm definitely gonna say that people made it. Like Egyptians definitely made it. I'm sorry, correction name. I heard y'all go over it.
Kemetics.
No, in reality, because like I feel like just to say that they didn't, it's kind of to say like it's just impossible. But I really feel like that's just something that is purposely done to show how great how that's too much. Y'all did a lot, but that's too much. Like we can't hand that over because there's a lot of creations in the world. And like not too many people are celebrated, but if you look at like the way we had the flying machine and the way you look at the boat being created, like all that stuff is like, where was your mind at when you did it? Somebody never is gonna go in history and go, whoever made the boat, like that was done. They would just hand that to him. So
who gave you the idea to fly?
Yeah, like why do you think you need to be like a bird? Like
they learned it from aliens,
right? Automatic, and I feel like that automatically just crumbles shit up and goes, nah, y'all can never do something like that. I feel like Egyptians were just like, yo.
So did Leonardo da Vinci steal all his ideas?
I mean, if you look at some of his history and the way shit was created, like you can, like even they were like, how the hell did this man, like what? If it's,
or did they whitewash Leonardo da Vinci? And his name is, they did
that with William Shakespeare.
I'm
just saying.
Bro, I've said it with William Shakespeare, and I think they did it with, who's the new, another person. I forgot. I'll remember it when I remember it. But, it's another thing I believe that he was black, or it was a black person, or with the we talking about Aristotle and Socrates and them all. They jacked all that, all that.
We could go back. We could go back. With this book right here, if we could put this on camera, the Nile Valley Contributions to Civilization. They talk about it. They talk about some of the different contributions we had from the ancient Kemetic world that was passed over. And into modern, it was the Greek Empire, and then the Roman Greek Empire, which became the Roman Greco Empire, which
and then they ended up stacking Egypt, both of them.
And the thing is, though, there are teachings literally straight from Kemet that they translated into Roman understanding, Roman philosophy, Roman civilization. So if you pull it directly from Kemet, then you gotta understand where everything came from.
And then me and my mans, we was looking at the ancient ancient Greeks with Stoicism.
Stoicism.
And if you look at Stoicism, the teachings of Stoicism, and you look at ancient like African spirituality, it's like, yo, is this shit
they
created
took
from
the
this shit?
term. They
Exactly.
took the term and then created like a religion on the side, but they took the term and practiced the term, but created a religion on the side and was doing whatever the hell they were doing with the religion, when they really got it from a spirituality. They got all of it from a spirituality. They used one to just, all right, we're going to be this state of being.
Right.
We're not going to teach people to be this state of being. Only the Stoics, only Stoics and
you have
people that practice Stoicism. You know what I'm saying?
They got rid of the spiritual. A lot of
so they finessed them.
Yeah, like getting rid of that spirituality is what really fucked up a lot of stuff. Like you not having being one with spirits, like can really just fuck up all your religions and everything, just because everybody just thinks, oh, all right, I like that part, but I'm gonna change it. I like this part, I'm gonna change it. Like that's how you end up with Christianity, Judaism, Muslim. Like it's crazy. It's out of control.
Yeah. And even with like Freemasonry and the origins of Freemasonry, like the basis behind that shit was to put God into whatever you were building. Right. So if you start putting God into the microphone you build, put God into the food that you prepare, put God into the car that you make, that shit is going to automatically run better than anything that anybody else made, because you're putting a different type of energy behind it. Right. We've lost in that concept of energies, so now everything is just made by machines. Damn near everything damn near made by machines.
We took we made things. The things are no longer sacred. There's nothing sacred anymore. Everything is about the presentation. Well, this is a personal. I'm not gonna put this as fact, but this is a personal opinion. Where it's like things are based on presentation nowadays. The presentation of it, but we lost the sanctity of everything that we do. Like these holidays that stems from past teachings. They was actually teachings and understanding that backed them. Nowadays we use them as commercial holidays, and it's losing value, but not value in the physical. It's losing value in the spiritual. So one of the things we was talking about when we was talking about the correlation between ancient Kemet and some of the modern day practices. The origin of the Holy Trinity, Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, that comes from Kemet, Asar, Aset in Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? Then it was translated to the Romans. It was Isis, Osiris, and Horus. So we got to understand. Then it went through the Council of Nicene, and then we got to the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. But not to be so like hardcore on the actual knowledge of it, but to understand. Everything that we have here today stems from something from the past. So in order to have true understanding, you got to go to the core, to the root. So when we have these questions about, what happened with the pyramids? Right. We got to go to the roots of it.
Which means you got to look within.
Yeah.
You got to go in.
Because the first things that were learned intuitively. Right. You see what I'm saying? So we was out here looking at the stars, looking at nature, letting nature talk to us,
divine
and learning.
Shit. That's right.
The world will teach you things intuitively, and we gotta tap into that knowledge.
I think it's cuz right here, Antonio Browder.
Yes.
Tony Browder, he said that the women were making decisions from this part of their body, like they were making decisions with what carried the baby for 9 months, like this part, not with their mind.
Right. You gotta think about what chakras lie, and that stirred them to stomach area. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. There's only one chakra above the neck.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And I believe there's one chakra below the waist. Don't quote me on that. But the chakras are aligned within the sternum to the stomach area.
I actually have a diagram on my phone of the chakras. Yeah, I actually have a diagram.
There's one at the throat, there's one at the heart, there's one at the stomach, there's one at the pelvic area, and then there's one below that, and there's one at the top of the forehead. If I'm correct. I'm saying I'm painting a picture in my head right now because I don't want to, they're listening to it.
I got the confidence of an 89-year-old white man.
My God, the confidence of it.
Let's go full circle.
You feel me?
Full circle.
You feel me? But there's a lot of power and knowledge out there, but there's a lot of wisdom out there that people don't tap into, and that wisdom is gonna take us to the next step.
Yeah, exactly.
And wisdom is different from knowledge. Always remember that. You know what I'm saying? And you could be as smart as you want to be, but if you're not smart enough to recognize that you can always learn more, you's a dumb motherfucker.
Every experience should be a lesson for you.
Word up.
I think we could have a whole chapter, a whole episode on just the things that were taken from ancient Kemet, because the basis of civilization today, from the Washington Monument, Masonry,
that's like a 3-hour, 5-hour show.
If you ever look at the sign for pharmacy. Like they know how to have emblem. It was taken from the original teachings of medical practice from Kemetic.
That's an alchemist thing. It's a mortar and pestle.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, if
everything that a philosopher that we know from philosophers were taken from Kemetic.
Right.
They jacked when like you just were saying when a Ethiopian king went against Italians or whoever, when Greek and them came in. They smashed everything, and when they were about to smash everything, Cud told his homies, we were just going over this today, Cud told his homie, grab all the books that you can, and we're going to make our own, we're going to make a library, because remember, I was just saying it, Aristotle,
Socrates,
they were all about to get killed. Niggas was going to murder
them. They were heretics.
But that's the thing. Let's talk about that, though.
Because they were going to murk them because of, remember what I said? They're free. They were on a free mind thing because they were messing with the Kemetic. They were, you know what I'm saying? So when they brought it back home, Greeks,
you crazy mother.
But peep this though. This is the thing, right? So as you start to go into it, you understand. It wasn't that they was like, oh, yo, you crazy. They wanted to keep the knowledge that they had for a select group of people. So when they came back, when Ptolemy, when Socrates, Aristotle, when these people came back with this knowledge, because you gotta understand, there was certain like Socrates. I want to know the order, but Socrates came and then Aristotle. Before Socrates, there was So it was Socrates, Plato, then Aristotle. Those three, they were in order, but I can't remember the actual order. But the thing was though, the things that they were teaching, they didn't want everybody to know. See, when they went into the ancient Egyptian empire, when the Kemetic empire, when they started to learn the things that they weren't, they didn't write it off immediately. They started to learn the things that they was teaching. They started to learn their rituals, their traditions and stuff like that. But the thing was, they didn't want it to be access to everyone. They wanted to create this hierarchy where we know this and you don't know this.
But what was upsetting to me is that when the Greeks got that knowledge, a culture already had, like the Kemet had already chilled with someone, like they had already chilled with everyone else and already taught them.
It wasn't even a chill with. There's a lot of people that try to take over Northern Africa.
And
it wasn't just Egypt at the time. That's what a lot of people understand. It wasn't just
the Nile Valley.
It was then you got to think about the Assyrians. You got to talk about the people that live in Morocco. The people all of Northern Africa. They were trying to take away the knowledge. They were trying to utilize. I'm not gonna say they're gonna try to take away, but they try to utilize the knowledge that was coming out of North Africa, because the Moorish people passed through North Africa. So there was a lot of traveling knowledge. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't just sitting in one place. So when you get that type of knowledge, and the people that have this type of advanced society, you start to breed jealousy and envy. So when you have a Roman Empire or a Greek Empire that comes in and try to take this knowledge, they don't just want to take your knowledge, they want to take credit for your knowledge.
And dissipate.
And then you got to look at with the African cultures and then the European cultures. The African cultures would go to war, but it was a different type of war.
There was rules.
The Europeans, they would
just
go and conquer, and now you're part of us.
Barbarians.
You're part of us. You're part of us. They had the barbarians, they had the Vikings, they had the Romans.
It was all of it just savages. Their war techniques was never seen because these motherfuckers was doing shit like chopping your head off to start the fight.
They lose
and now, just to put it in perspective for the layman, it's like basically what they did was, it was like your favorite rapper found the dopest rhyme book from somebody and started rapping that shit.
Joe found Big Pun rhyme book. Fat Joe was trying to get on.
Somebody said that.
Damn.
That's not shit for me.
We're not saying that's what happened.
Fat Joe.
Fat Joe.
That's exactly what happened. They took their rhyme book, basically, and then they created their own style off of it. But then, in their efforts to keep on growing, they had to get rid of where they came from. See, you can't keep using somebody's rhyme book and have it be like, that sound like Big Pun.
So are we saying now that maybe Fat Joe did take?
No. Oh shit!
He did. I'm saying that.
He said, I don't know. As long as we've been speculating, I don't know.
But that's the game. That's the game. Drake don't write his own shit.
Right, we know that.
Wasn't that a thing? Like, I don't know if you ever watched any like cartoon or something when niggas was like stealing notebooks or something like that.
Right.
It's good that we moved to hip hop though, because speaking of hip hop,
that was so timeless.
Segue.
Message.
To the four.
All right, cool. So let's take it there.
Hold on.
Hold up. Look at my face.
Hold on.
Let's take it there.
What's his name?
I'm gonna be dead honest with you. I'm not a big Meek Mill fan.
You need to change that.
Yeah, you need to.
I ain't got to change nothing, but what I'm gonna say is,
Meek got
can I do it? Can I do it?
No.
I ain't been on the show in like a month. Can I do it?
Go ahead.
That's some light skin shit, man.
fuck you, man.
Tripping.
But let me tell you what it is. But I'm gonna say this, man. I'm not a big fan of the music, though. Quite frankly, been hearing more and more. Hey, but not for nothing. How they doing, cuz, is completely like you gotta be motherfucking ace, man. What they doing to my what they doing to him is completely foul and erroneous. I got erroneous, motherfucker.
I'm gonna put that big on the
I'm
screen.
gonna let everybody talk.
The more you
I got
know.
something to say.
Because that shit is foul and how they doing them. You know what I'm saying? Especially by all accounts, he pretty much just did a whole bunch of real positive shit.
Before you guys go and blast it,
Should we?
can I just say, huh? What did you about to say?
Oh no. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I know Kerry gonna kill it, so let me put this out there. Listen, I don't know why they're on him the way they're on him, but I do think he put a. I don't know if he put a target on his back since he wants to tell people to stop fucking with lean and do all these things.
That's a good aspect.
Oh yeah, you know I'm about to get on it. You know exactly what I'm going with.
That was the alley.
Because he's a target. He's a target because he's talking for a specific generation, genre, demographic.
Trying to
You see what I'm saying? And this goes back to, we can make the light connection between, where we came from and understanding. Well, why did they lie to us about where all of this originates from? Right. The same thing with Meek. They want to defile his name. They want to bash him. They want to put him in jail for 2 to 4 years. Let's go over the things that he's done as a person. Every single one of his offenses are non-violent offenses. You see what I'm saying? Check the books on it. He violated probation by popping a willy in a public area. He was, I guess his
an altercation with somebody in the airport, but that's cock.
No, but that's not even. But the actual charges were not filed.
It was dropped.
The actual charges of disorderly conduct was not filed. Then they say he smoked weed. Now listen, all I'm saying is this: when we are measuring up the crime versus the penalty, we have to take an objective look at it in American society, not just within rap or the black culture or the genre of whatever it is. We have to take it across the board. Right. There are people walking free that are violent offenders, sex offenders, and we're putting a man away for 4 years, from 2 to 4 years.
If he get in jail and if he don't get the appeal, he get into an incident. Like, you being on probation, it's a wrap. Like, it hurts me to know that you on probation and you could get into something.
Yeah, there should never be a point in time in your life where you are hanging on to the decision of another man or woman. If the basis of democracy, the basis of this due process was that you can go through the proper procedures to get a fair trial and a fair sentence. If we're putting him away for 2 to 4 years for the crimes that they say he committed, what are you saying to the rest of America? What are you saying to Black America?
You don't give a fuck.
When a person can't smoke weed, a person can't be on the corner hustling dimes, but yet big corporations can make billions of dollars off of it. It's a hypocritical situation that you're putting us in.
The inner cities as much as they want.
Oh man, listen, but you gotta remember, man, all the things that are negative are targeted to our people, man. You look at cigarette ads, you look at all the things that you go through the hood, and I challenge any motherfucker who want to talk shit about what goes on in the hood and how black people act. That means I guarantee you've never walked a mile or you ain't never walked a block. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to you, Tommy Loren. I'm talking to people like you, Sean Hannity. I'm talking to people like y'all punk. I'm calling all these punk motherfuckers out.
Maybe if y'all told them to put a little more money into the hood.
Because my thing is simply this.
I just want to say one thing. One thing before y'all go in. You know what I'm saying? I was actually talking to a brother earlier this morning, right? And he had just came back from Canada. And he brought a pack of smokes from Canada.
Right.
So he pulled out the box of cigarettes to pull one out. And I said, yo, let me see the box. He like, yeah, I just got them from Canada.
They have a nasty ass image on there.
They have a picture of an old dying lady hooked up to an oxygen.
And I was trying it.
They have a half of a paragraph talking to you about how bad cigarettes are for you. Yep. They have warning labels. They have all of this shit on these to make you not smoke. Yep. But in America,
shiny,
in United States,
they voted against that.
They have
Newports.
Menthol.
Be cool.
Marlboro Black.
They have that presentation of it.
Right.
My only point is, what are they promoting to their people?
Right.
So when we look at Meek situation, and I had made a post earlier this week about it, the misrepresentation of the black man in media. Mm-hmm. What are they projecting? Now, no one's gonna read the story about what Meek did. No one's gonna read the story that none of his offensive or violent offenses. Nope. None of them gonna read about him pushing diesel so he could feed his family, so he could bring money home. They're not gonna read them stories.
They're gonna talk about it.
Is 2 to 4 years.
Yeah.
So what type of image are they pushing towards the black man?
Just got jail.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, he's back in jail.
And that's it. I think if you, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I think if you look at it like this man, if he was aiming to do this positive turnaround, to me, the way society moves and they need everything to be convenient, shit's gonna be so fast. He's gonna be in 4 years and miss everything.
He's not
gonna. And niggas gonna
erase
erase him for 2 to 4.
If he gets out of trouble,
he probably do.
He do like 10 months, bro.
But I guarantee. I promise you this too. Watch what the media is gonna do, because I guarantee you, not only are they going to drag Meek Mill, but I guarantee you, they're going to hear the names Nicki Minaj, Drake, and anybody the fuck else they want to associate with him all throughout this entire thing, and like it's going to be guilty by association.
They're going to paint him a picture,
right? They're going to paint the picture of him.
I'm gonna say this too. I feel like Meek is just because Meek started talking for the trenches. They went after him, but lately they have been making examples of rappers. Kevin Gates, like it's not gonna be easy for you to be a person with a bad background. Right. Like I said this other day, I don't understand how a person with a bad background could be a rapper. Right. Because they're coming for you. If you start talking that crazy, if you talk anything, but you got a felon on misdemeanor.
Didn't Fetty Wap just get arrested recently for drag racing or something?
Can't do it. The only way a rapper can be popping is if you corny. If you were like a Drake nigga.
You got one eye.
If you look at just think about this wave of new rappers that's coming out. Like they really are destroying this. Like it's a different style. But no. Wait, just wait, homie. Like it's when I say destroy, I'm just saying like destroying the old image. Like the build to me, it was a different type of build. Something these new rappers are talking about drugs different. Like the trends that they are setting is fast. Like lean, the rainbow hair shit, the teeth, everything. And they get these sponsors, and that's the reality. Like. And you erasing dudes like even Drake. If you get it, he was hot for a long period. I'm not saying it's over for him, but to me it's like he's capitalizing what he had to do. Now he's about to cash out, grab his chips. He knows some shit. To me, people know shit's gonna
invest in the movies and stuff.
Right. And these niggas like Kevin Gates, all like for Meek Mills, they slowly getting shut down.
Like,
make it 360
kind of thing. Like it's gonna change into something.
I feel like
this shit.
I think
they're gonna make it
because that's why you said Drake is kind of.
Like cashing out, like because
the stock is gonna drop on hip hop. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Like, do you think it's
on a certain type of hip hop? Yes.
To a certain demographic, I believe so. I believe that the true hip hop fans are going to stop away. They're going to go more towards the underground music because the underground is still live and will always be live.
You think about
but mainstream,
no.
But I think that's been the norm nowadays. Like,
I mean, that's been the trend. I do believe that's been the trend.
People who like lyrical music tend to only listen to underground people,
but
and then people who like everything.
But here's the thing: when did it become okay in hip hop to be trash and not be lyrical?
But see, you gotta be more.
When did it become?
I'm tired of going over this with you. You got trash niggas back in the day.
I'm not saying we didn't, but what I'm saying, I'm not saying we didn't.
Trash niggas always been around.
Everybody has always had some trash niggas. But I'm talking about when the entire quality of the music is
who the gatekeepers.
Right.
Who the gatekeepers?
Who keeps the hip hop culture alive?
I'm gonna tell you when.
Gatekeepers back then.
Bullshit.
Who are they?
Bullshit.
Who are the gatekeepers? Name one.
Dr. Dre.
Hold on. Say it again.
He wasn't a gatekeeper.
Who's the
Jay-Z
gatekeeper?
didn't come in through Dr. Dre.
No Jay-Z, but Jay-Z came in through Big Daddy Kane.
No, you know who were the gatekeepers? You know who was the gatekeepers? The DJs were the gatekeepers.
That's what I'm looking for you to say.
We don't live in a DJ world anymore.
But that was
right. We live in an upload down world.
So by Jay-Z time, there were no gatekeepers.
No, there were still DJs in the 90s.
Yeah, it was still Clue.
Like
Flex was still Clue. Flex was still a gatekeeper. You know what I'm saying?
Mr. C, ironically.
Envy was still a gatekeeper. DJ Clue was still a gatekeeper. DJs that
so we lost them. The guys are still around.
But they lost their power.
Yeah, because we live in a different age.
Right. We live in the internet
records don't get broke over
Kid
radio.
Capri, like
records get broke over.
I could have a million listeners and never touch a DJ.
Look at Bobby Shmurda. That nigga blew up off of Facebook.
Right.
Look at Trinidad James.
But my first time seeing that Bobby Shmurda hot nigga shit,
and I
seen that Facebook video pass like three, 4 times before I even clicked on it.
I think the Bobby Shmurda thing was New York coming back was a big deal. Like Bobby Shmurda brought something totally different.
He brought that vibe of
it was totally different. So when they saw New York, New York popping,
niggas jump on that.
Yes, I think Bobby Shmurda.
Because Bobby Shmurda wasn't lyrical.
No,
not in the least.
But he brought your city back.
No, wait, whoa.
Hard body.
I ain't gonna say he brought it back.
Yeah,
I mean,
who was the New York rapper at the time?
He gave it life.
We got Fab. We still got Jada. We still got back.
It was dead.
That's like when you have a flat line.
Not popping to.
Give me a name.
Not popping to anybody that. What's the?
Can I have a name?
What's that?
I'll give you a name.
Dave East.
No. But Davies is way after.
Okay.
One artist that put New York back on the map.
Gotta give years too. Years would make something like let's
say
say
Bobby Shmurda 2012.
Yeah, that's a different generation.
2013.
And they were nobody hot by then. Like
2012, 2013. Y'all was
can't use Fab. Can't use Jadakiss.
Why?
Because Fab is a 90s rapper.
He's still relevant now.
And that's the thing. That's what I was saying.
How many of the niggas could be like that?
But hold on. But that's my point. Listen to what you just said.
One person
after the 90s. Hold on. But even through the 90s all the way to 2017, Fab is still hot, right?
Yeah.
Can you say any of these motherfuckers that are out now will be hot 20 years from now? I guarantee you
Freddie
can't.
versus Jason about to drop this month, guys.
But look, you speaking on.
I just wanted to put.
Look, you speaking on that, but you don't know yet. We didn't know Fab was gonna last this long. You didn't know Fab was gonna be the only one that's still hot. And Fab now,
still a lot of niggas. No question.
Fab also, when he's with somebody that's hot, these hot niggas, not saying that he can't rap his ass off, but he's using the same flows. Like if a nigga sing, Fab's gonna get on the song and sing the same way that nigga
Fab
sing.
Also
and fuck it
uses
over.
social media things that
Fab is
he keeps relevant. He's smart. He keeps relevant.
I'm still waiting for that name from 2012, 2013.
Yeah, like there was no.
But you know who was? You know who was the hope?
Or Kendrick.
Cole ain't no
J. Cole.
Honestly, for this generation, the hope was Joey Badass. Because I was talking with Joey Badass.
And that's after Bobby Shmurda.
Nah, I'm not saying
Cole counts.
That was in
J. Cole counts.
That was in 462.
After Bobby Shmurda.
That's before.
J. Cole don't count?
J. Cole is not from New York. J. Cole's from North Carolina.
Boy, it's from Queens, New York, man. You better cut it out.
Bro, he is from North Carolina.
I get you, but it ain't where he's from. It's where you at.
2014.
St. George, Queens.
Where you at, right?
Queens.
You can't do that.
2014.
But you can't call it New York.
Forest Hill Drive.
It's not
2014 Forest Hill Drive is not in fucking New York.
But
that shit is in North Carolina. He named his album that shit. He rapping North Carolina. Exactly. He rapping North Carolina. He's rapping North Carolina.
Whatever. I know him from going to St. John's University, which is in Queens.
That's his college. You don't get to claim where you went to college at. Your hood's where you were raised, born and raised.
Listen, guys.
We was in Born Center in 462.
And you a Queens nigga.
All day. Never gonna change that.
But J. Cole a North Carolina nigga. North Carolina.
So you just saying? Are y'all talking about New York rappers alone bringing the sound back? Or
I said Bobby Shmurda brought y'all city back to life.
The integrity of hip hop.
Right.
When I grew up, and this is me.
Tell him that.
When I grew up, I looked at hip hop as an outlet.
My generation.
You know what I'm saying? Now I'm an 89 baby boy. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Do not call me no millennial.
You're right.
Man, I'm
Gen
almost
X
30.
90s baby.
90s baby.
Gen X. Respect your elders, young man.
I'm about to kill him.
94.
Respect your elders, young man.
I wouldn't dap that up. But if y'all millennials,
millennials.
That's cool.
Millennials
I love
get
it.
money.
You know what I'm saying? Millennials out here. These
These old heads set a trend, right? And then they want to act like nothing ever happened. Every generation, you know, they had the go-go boots, they had the white pants, whatever, and all of a sudden,
I mean, my jeans baggy, my dude. My jeans baggy, brother.
I don't want to hear nothing.
Timberland.
Y'all
had Dr. Dre on the shit like this.
Y'all about to hate me for this one. Y'all about to hate me for this one. Y'all the era of Caitlyn Jenner. So
No.
Don't
do that. I was wrong when she did that. You ain't gonna throw that on me.
sir. Don't you do that. Ricky Bobby. Don't put that.
Y'all let that. Y'all let it loose. And then this time came back to his house.
Because he won the Olympics because of y'all niggas. Y'all didn't win the Olympics.
They said we had gold locks or gold. What the nigga name that was back in the day? Dressed up in all gold.
Gold dust.
They said
Gold dust.
Yeah, y'all set us up, man.
I'm an 89 baby.
I'm an 89 baby.
So I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you how I seen.
That's crazy.
We talking about the evolution of hip hop, right?
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna tell you how I seen the evolution of hip hop. I grew up in '89, right? I was growing up through the '90s. I listened to all DMX and Locks because it spoke to what I was going through.
That's right.
Now these days, don't get me wrong, I'm a little bit more plush than I was when I was younger.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when I was younger, I understood the things that DMX was saying. Like if I was walking down the street and I seen mad niggas on the corner, I understood what was going on because of the music I was listening to.
That's right.
It taught me about lifestyle. It's taught me about real life situations. Now don't get me wrong, a lot of situations I didn't have to live through firsthand. But I had an understanding of it because of the music that was being played.
Right.
Nowadays, the music that's being played is not a music that you can relate to.
Right.
It's a music that you can
Party to.
I'm gonna go with this stuff. It's a music that you aspire to.
Right.
I think some cases, but I think in some cases it really is this generation is speaking out on what they are really going.
But but all right. So this is why I'll ask you, right? Because. And I listen to, music, you know what I'm saying, like my day. But it's a lot of drug talk.
Right.
It's a lot of hoe talk.
Right. What age
it's
are
a
we
lot
right
of
now?
violence talk.
What's it out there? Opioid crisis.
Right,
Yeah.
but this so what breeds what? You see what I'm saying?
But
did the music? No, I'm just gonna ask you a question. Did the music breed the opioid crisis, or did the opioid crisis breed the music? What
I say the
first?
opioid crisis breeded the music.
And I say the music breeded the opioid crisis.
I disagree because I feel like niggas was fucking with that shit. Like Gucci and them was fucking with that shit at that time period, and that's the nigga that these niggas is looking up to.
Pimp C, all these.
Word,
like,
they started that shit.
Like the niggas from
Right.
But the music is
thing.
what made it popular.
Right.
I think them Houston niggas would have been sitting there no matter what.
Yeah, but
if you say
the Houston niggas would. When it's a trend, right? When it's an indoor trend,
Houston became trendy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But
Houston
why did Houston become trendy? The music.
To be like that.
I mean, yeah, we could go. We could
the underlying structure.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Because they pump it. They pump it.
Right.
They definitely pump it.
We don't grow.
But my thing is,
that's what they were doing.
If you're listening to music over and over and over and over, I know people that don't wake up without music, don't go to sleep without music.
Right.
If we're listening to this repetitively over and over now in our heads, and they're talking about the same topics, at what point does it become ingrained in your subconscious, and then the subconscious becomes a trend?
Right.
Not and just your personal belief. I don't believe it's the other way around. Like
so you saying, but then that means your generation would breed violence.
Yeah. I mean, well,
but
a lot of our
that-
no,
that-
because a lot of
all
the 80s and 90s,
early 90s, Gone for War.
All right, hold on.
I would say I would agree with you to a certain point.
Yeah. Now,
because there was word violence in the late 80s, early 90s in the American, culture.
Right.
But I do believe that there was a resistance to the things that were going on in American culture, more so in the 90s than they are now, when we had people speaking out against, the war in the late 70s, speaking out against the Rockefeller laws in the 80s, and the cocaine crack epidemic in the 80s. In the 90s, it was what was it in the early 90s?
Early 90s, it was safe sex and being responsible for yourself and taking care of others. Like there was
people willing to
brotherhood,
speak out.
UNITY. Right. You know what I'm saying? Queen Latifah was. You know what I'm saying? We had.
I love that you're finding the positive. all I'm going
but
to
there's
say
positive
is
now too.
Cheap.
Where?
We just spoke about Meek. We
No,
just spoke
all right,
about Meek.
hold on,
Young
all right.
Black America. That's
All right.
one song off his recent album.
You can't dumb down the fact that them fools, DJ's crew.
Right.
We just go back to the drugs because I know you went to the violence.
And it was pumping.
But the drug we talking about how Lean got on board is because they saw the OGs busting Lean.
Right.
We're not gonna say okay because after we saw them we just was drinking wild
But
Lean.
now here's the thing. Here's my question.
Lil Wayne, that shit went from Pimp C to Lil Wayne, one of the most
once
biggest
Wayne
niggas.
caught
That
it,
shit
it
went to
was
Jewels.
hot
Jewels
fire.
stopped fucking with Dipset Cameron stopped fucking with Jewels because he was on Lean, because he was fucking with Lean. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of niggas before this generation that we talking about.
But now here's
one more
my-
point. Then you have a generation where when before all these niggas that was coming out to answer the question you asked in 2012, like 2013, that was Cole, Kendrick, all them like name cock-out rappers at that point. It wasn't a lot. It wasn't a lot. You feel me? It wasn't nobody coming from New York. It was Joey Badass kind of came in eventually, but it was again positive. Like it was another positive rapper trying to. Like they were trying to open the door for what you want, for a person that listens to rap like what you want. They were trying to open the door for that, bro. They were trying, and it's another shift went through again. Another shift, bro. Like so, but all I'm saying when it came to drugs, I pointed it to where it came, the origin or the OGs.
Well, as far as the Lean goes,
when it comes
but
to
hold on,
Lean is just
what's still tipping.
But no, but hold on.
That's
let me just be honest here.
The same feeling you get
not
from
for
Lean, the
nothing.
same feeling
I
you
listen
get
to
from
those
Zayn.
I listen to those songs. And I've never done any of those things.
So
hold on. Let me finish. Hold on, let me finish. Because I know mad heads. We all listen to that music, and none of them did that shit.
But you don't know the whole world.
I don't. But what I'm saying is,
even if you know 150
But how many heads did it fuck up?
None that I listen. My thing is none that I know. But I don't know anybody that ever did that shit.
That's not fair. You
But
only
your
talking about one
generation
perspective.
popularized.
You only speaking
So
about.
automatically you gonna just cut off
the
everything
South
like y'all didn't do
popularized it.
But the South of your generation.
That brings up a good point.
Again,
That brings up a good point though.
So now you're only claiming your generation.
No,
but your generation.
what I'm saying is I can't claim something that I had no witness to.
Why put all that on our generation?
I didn't put it all on your
question. I got one question. Right. So after I hear what y'all talking about, right? Can we say that the media is the one that's actually pushing the
certainly,
influence?
without
Now,
question.
if that's the case,
Yes.
are they inflating the numbers of drug users?
Certainly.
I would say
Because-
lack of intelligence was breeding this, because nowadays I don't feel like the media really pushes music the way it does. I think social media.
But do you think many people as
Yeah.
But do you think many people are using Molly as they will have you to believe?
I don't know. I've never used Molly.
Like the way,
Because
or
niggas
not
really
just Molly, but
busting
Molly. No, I know what you mean.
Molly,
Yeah.
drugs,
Right.
any of these recreational drugs.
Nowadays,
like Future is over here and he's bumping all this
But
music
Future
about
says-
lean and
he
everything,
said he
and
don't
he
do
don't
it.
even use the drug.
He said he
So
don't.
are they over
Yes.
they over emphasizing the use of drugs?
I believe
in
so.
community
Wiz Khalifa
through
just
the
on
media?
shit said that shit is lame.
And then we don't even use it that much. I don't know how many people use lean. I don't know anybody that do lean. I done tried some things in the back of the day. I done tried maybe some shit like I ain't gonna put it on camera, but I done tried some shit like once or twice, and then I'm like, oh, okay, that was.
So then why are you under the
I
impression
told him
right
the
now?
story in the car of us in the.
Oh, you told the story?
He did.
Oh shit! I thought about to die. Shit, I thought about to die.
That's not what I'm
drugs
gonna
are
ask.
always in
That's not
there.
what I'm gonna ask. Why are you under the impression that my generation is actually doing the drugs that they're talking about?
The evidence shows that you are. But from the perception of what I can see,
right, it's popularized.
Who's giving you that perception?
It's popularized because of the media.
On the media.
You know what I'm saying? It's popularized through the media, and that's my question.
So it's like how.
Are they really using drugs
So
as
it's
much
like how
or do they
hip-hop
want us to
was.
think that we're using
So it's
drugs?
kind of how hip hop
But
was
now
back
as
in the
in-
day. If you weren't talking about money, cash, and hoes, like you're not gonna get this deal.
That was late night,
We're not gonna
definitely.
fuck with you. You're not gonna be
Hold up
mainstream,
though. let's go back a little further, because your understanding of hip hop is one generation.
Right.
Because niggas wasn't always talking about money, cars, and clothes.
Right.
LL Cool J was not talking about money, cars, and clothes, and he's one of the top selling artists of all time.
Cars ride by in the booming system.
You know what I'm saying,
man?
They were talking
about his radio.
They were talking about coming
Out
up.
of here, Frank. Stop criticizing this nigga. You know,
I'm just
nigga
talking about his radio. Come on, that's what he was talking about. He made a song about his radio.
That's the most grimy thing in
Right.
history, because I feel like it's been proven time and time again. Y'all motherfuckers released this is another breed, just like the pit bull. I call it the pit bull of America, yo. Right. Y'all fucking make a breed. Y'all say, all right, this was a mistake. Y'all niggas act like y'all didn't just do this, and then y'all go back to
they wash their hands of it.
Just because we advanced it and we went a whole other direction, it don't matter.
This is an evolution of what y'all created.
All right, so then I say it's a de-evolution. It's devolved. Right. It's a de-evolution.
Right.
Because evolving was
using the word evolution to mark a change.
All right.
I wasn't literally saying that he turned.
But I'm going to take that and flip it on its head and say that simply because, for me, when
you can't say for you no more.
Speak about you.
I can.
I guess you can.
I can, because I can only go based off my experience and what I want to listen to, and my
perception. You gotta understand that your perception.
And my perception is it ain't just, but it ain't just.
I'm gonna back you up. I'm gonna back you up.
It ain't just me.
I got something to back you up, because I think I see where you're going.
It's not just me, and if I can't understand your lyrics, and if you're gonna call yourself a hip hop artist,
right,
and I can't understand your lyrics, then you're not a hip hop artist.
I understand the lyrics. I understand the lyrics.
But I'm gonna piggyback over what he's saying, and I'm gonna try to clear it up for these millennials.
I'm not a millennial.
Millennial
is a term spoken of for the people born 2000 to 2017.
No.
That is a millennial. No, because they're born in the new millennium.
Y'all see that? You know that consider
you grew up in the millennium.
All jokes aside.
And grew of age in the new millennium.
This is how I'm gonna classify it, right?
2000 on is a different era.
Right.
It's a different era. They are not the same niggas. They not the same niggas as us.
You're not Gen X.
But that type of mind thinking is what's getting niggas shot today. Like, on some real shit, the moment you say that's what it projects in your mind, that you project it in a healthy way, but I'm just saying, like, the fact that you've already projected that these millennials are terrible, and all of a sudden...
I'm not saying it's terrible, because I'm not saying you haven't made some great advancements.
But it has. If you really look at the way it's built,
I'm talking strictly in the essence of hip hop.
You're saying the new millennials are the ones that directed it into the most terrible direction.
No, I'm not gonna say it's the most terrible direction.
Great dissertation.
Right, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, all right, what I'm gonna say is this: your generation's music leaves a lot to be desired. The beats is dope. I wish the lyrics had more content and more something, more substance and more something that I could relate to. I can't relate to y'all.
What about our underground hip hop?
What about you make a good point?
Like who?
Like who? You should be listening.
I don't.
But you like hip hop.
I don't hear.
That's not the generation code. If you don't listen to the
now that you think about it, that's your fault.
It probably is.
You talk about mainstream caca. There's mad rappers that
you gotta go. It's your responsibility to go find it. And I'll say that.
We talk about Meek Mill. You keep saying, "Yo, I don't know about Meek Mill."
But Meek Mill for being a lyrical artist.
But that's a lyrical dude.
But you don't even give him a chance.
He's known for freestyle.
Show me something.
House party. You
gotta go look.
Matter of fact, let me ask you. You don't think Boss wasn't lyrical to you? Who? Boss? I'm a boss.
He doesn't listen. He hasn't heard.
But you never heard. That was a main. That was a popular song.
You know who the artist? You know what artist was really lyrical that didn't get enough play?
I'm definitely not feeling that.
This artist like Ace Hood, his first solo album.
It's hard. He's nice as
fuck. To you.
And Trials and Tribulations is his second album. With the Bugatti shit hard, bro.
Talk to you. Now, this is the thing I'm going to say, right? Because I feel like I'm in the middle of your generation and your generation. Right. You being between 22, 23, 24 age. You being in the... We're not going to say your age.
I'm 35, man. Fuck that. I don't care. You're grown. You're grown, man.
This is what I'm going to say, right? Me and my partner over here.
My pants fit properly.
right?
Baggy ain't proper.
But see,
bro.
that's the thing.
That shit
That's
supposed
the
to be
thing.
fitty.
There's a lot of number one. You gotta pay attention, and this is just the realest. I can give it to you. You gotta pay attention to the transition of the times, because as we sit here and we talk about back in the day, back in the day, every generation got that same
Certainly.
age. Because when you came out, when your music came out, when
They
Jay-Z
hated
came
Josh.
out,
I agree.
they
Oh, yeah,
hated some
definitely.
shit. When people
Definitely.
was listening to KRS-One and they
Right.
was listening to Rakim and they
Right.
was
They
listening
hated
to,
Josh.
you know, this shit here is not
Right.
a test. We rocking to when they was
Word.
listening to all of that,
Right, they
they
wanna hear
still
that.
had problems with it.
Of
Now,
course.
what I'm saying is, all I'm saying is, are you speaking to the culture? And if you're speaking to the culture, are you moving it in a forward
Right.
direction? Now, there's
Forward
certain
complaint.
music nowadays that I don't think is moving in the right direction, but I do not blame the generation for that.
No.
I blame the capitalization on the culture.
And that's
there
the
are
problem.
people that are not in the culture. The higher
CEO,
execs,
you, Lior.
yeah, your higher execs,
Damn.
you know, and those are people that live outside of the culture that are presenting people with the culture. So going back to what I was
Yeah,
talking about on my post, the miseducation.
Right.
People are miseducated about us. They hear the music and they think this is who we are, but the music that they're listening to isn't being actually
fake.
promoted
Okay.
by us. I just came from a photo shoot this morning. We had 8 artists up there and they had soulful pieces.
Right.
But then you turn on the TV and you listen to
They're not the
Drink
pop.
the
I'ma take
Lean,
your bitch.
Molly
Right,
popping,
right.
yeah,
So,
like
all right.
all
So,
this crazy
then
shit.
it's not. So then, all right. So then we can say this then.
I wouldn't blame the
unequivocally.
generation.
Then it's not Meek Mill's fault, and it's not Lil Uzi Vert's fault that they don't make the lyrical music that I want to hear. It's their label's fault for knowing that, or for putting out the crap that they know will sell.
Nah, it's business.
Now-
It's money.
Right.
Can
That's
I
what I'm
just
saying.
touch on that though?
Right.
Now we're talking about the media portraying something that's not really a statistical fact.
Right.
So now, when we talk about things like race in this country,
Right.
is race a bigger issue in the media than the media is making it, or
I have my answer. I'm gonna let y'all talk because I have an answer on that. Just when you come to me,
Nah.
rephrase
hold
the
on.
question.
Hold on.
we only got 5 minutes, so
Alright,
we're gonna
alright.
have to save that for next
We'll
episode.
say that for
No!
Really, you would've cliffhanger.
But I'm gonna, we gonna do that. Hey, Speak of Bella, everybody. But no, I'm gonna tell you
got one.
Yo, I want
No, save it. We gotta save it.
Yeah, I want to say this.
Leave them something.
Leave him one more. All right, we gonna leave.
So
out
what was that
more.
though? Leave them on. They gonna get the dope of what for next week? What's the dope we gonna get?
Alright,
on
so
next
we're
week?
gonna talk about, is the media making race a bigger issue in America than
Than what it
actually
really is.
Now, if you want to hear that, because that sounds like it's going already.
I got one.
Whoa,
Boy,
that's the
we,
big
need
got
one.
one.
we need y'all to tune in next week.
And we want you to stay tuned for our.
Whoa. But this last 5 minutes got to be yours, bro.
Word. Oh yeah, you gotta do.
promote
You gotta
some
do.
things?
We're gonna
Yeah,
promote
yeah.
some things. First of all, we want to promote our conversation party that's going to be on January 20th. All right, so we got that coming up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We want to promote for the sake of cooking,
Breaking bread.
breaking bread for the sake of cooking with Chef Z.
Yes, sir.
Coming soon. You know what I'm saying? You know, and we gonna end it.
First I wanna just thank y'all for giving me the platform to make these promotions.
Yeah, welcome back. I'm sorry.
Welcome back, man. It's been a minute. Word up. Energy.
No, I fully support everything that Foundation 101. I stand behind it 100%. You know what I'm saying? Look at that disclaimer. But, in all seriousness, we do have a lot of things going on coming up. This isn't just a podcast. This is a brotherhood. This is a community. We're building things.
Boom.
You know what I mean? Like my brother said, I haven't been here in a while, maybe a month. But don't think a nigga stop working. We're making connections. We're going forward. Like you said, the conversation party, January 20th. Now the whole point of the conversation party, outside of just making you aware of what we're doing here, we want to get your feedback. We want to talk to the people. We want to interact with you. You know what I mean? So we're having a conversation party. We have the show coming on
Break
for the
bread.
sake of cooking, breaking bread for the sake of
That's right.
breaking bread for the sake of
Break bread
cooking,
for the sake of cooking.
and that is to reach out to you on a different level because we all have to eat. All my niggas eat,
gonna
but
eat
we want to eat
regardless.
good.
Right,
We want to
that's
eat
right.
good. We want to
And
feed
well.
the soul. We want to feed life. We want to feed ourselves. Not this nonsense you getting at the corner store. Not this nonsense you getting at the gas station. And definitely not this nonsense you getting at McDonald's and Wendy's and Burger King. So, and then we have, quite frankly,
Just to
be frank.
just to be frank.
Just to be frank with your boy Frank Starfire.
Just to be
Yeah,
frank.
man.
Really
And if you
soon.
follow the show, Frank has a personality that you have to be drawn to. You have to watch Frank.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Just to be frank, there's only one Frank Oglesby. I ain't mean to put you.
It's all good, baby. I'm glad you said it right. I'm glad you said it right. Thank you.
There's only one. There's only one. And as for myself, the 23rd, the book drops. Spiritual Warfare, Inspiration of a Nation. I mean, it's anticipated like the Chronic 2. At least over here it is.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know if you've been anticipating it. I hope you've been anticipating it. But the book drops on the 23rd. Spiritual Warfare, Inspiration of a Nation. It's a collection of essays and spoken word pieces, and it's the first book that we're gonna be publishing officially through Rebel Forever. So I'm excited about that, and look for more work to come. I appreciate that. So everybody, when you catch the episode, you'll see promotions coming up, but the book is on its way, and we have a couple more publications to hit you before the end of the year, and we'll keep you updated as it goes on. But it's gonna be an exciting end of the year. It's November, Thanksgiving coming up. Thanksgiving's gonna be the day the book drops. We got a lot of things going on for Foundation 101. My brothers out here eating. You know what I'm saying? We're loving it. So yeah,
make a move.
I appreciate. Like I said, I appreciate the platform.
Man. And like always, stay focused. Stay blessed. And who gonna sign us out?
I'm doing it. I got this.
Give it to sign us out. Badik to the OT.
One, y'all.
Thanks for watching with us today. I'm Dex.
I'm Zeke.
And we just want to formally invite you to our conversation party, January 20th.
Definitely look out for the conversation party. It's gonna be a blast. There's gonna be music. There's dancing. There's gonna be me cooking and catering. And I hope to see y'all there. And like and subscribe.
And stay tuned for more updates on that.
Broken windows, holes in the wall. Dimly lit basements. We kept nothing.